Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is now episode 6 of the Pokemon Firered Hardcore Nuzlocke. And as previously mentioned in the last episode, this episode, I'm going to mainly focus on getting through Rock Tunnel, and then, depending on timing, maybe go all the way to Celadon City. The Celadon's probably our stopping point, we'll see. And just to start things off, today's comment question of the day is, what is your favorite region? Pretty simple question. A lot of people's favorite regions are probably the games they started with. So for me, I started with Pokemon Blue, actually. It was my first, Pokemon game and mainline Pokemon game. However, Kanto is not my favorite generation. When I played through Blue, I was 8 years old probably, or less. I barely understood anything. I got to Koga's gym, and I couldn't really figure out how to get through the Safari Zone and do all that stuff, and whatever I had to do to get Surf and Strength and all that. So I just kind of stopped, and then 8-year-old me just never continued. But I still have that exact same save file to this day, which is kind of crazy. However, my favorite region is Hoenn. Emerald was the first Pokemon game that I played and understood, actually, and fully beat, partly because I watched both, I think it was specifically Super Skarmory play it and followed along with his team. Then I eventually watched Chuck Conroy's as well, and I played through with his team as well. I love Hoenn so much. Hoenn is damn near perfect. Of course, it has the 7.8 out of 10, too much water. That is true. But have you considered Repel? That's just me. I think the Hoenn hate is overblown. It is true, there is too much water. But 7.8 out of 10? Come on, man. Pro tip, never listen to an IGN review of an RPG. That's probably the truest fact of life I could ever give somebody. Furthermore, to continue on the Hoenn hype train, please tell me that guy turns around. It's okay. Hoenn has the perfect soundtrack. I don't think there's a single L in that entire soundtrack. Wait, we're on Route 10. I didn't check for encounters here. Let me check real quick. Okay, so fun fact, there is a potential new encounter here. See if we can get it. We do. Okay. So we got Voltorb. Voltorb is, I'm nearly sure, the fastest Pokemon in the game. And then what? No, seriously, Voltorb doesn't really do much. It is really fast, is a decently strong Thunderbolt. It can paralyze things, and if you really need it to. That's about as good as I can say for Voltorb. It's just a seriously mediocre Voltorb. It spent way too many stat points in getting fast. And it's just, it doesn't do anything. You cannot come up with a moveset for this thing. It gets Thunderbolt and Thunder Wave. And it can get screens, I believe. That's honestly about as much praise as I can genuinely give Voltorb. It's just that mediocre. Early game, it's a little scary to fight because of a Sonic Boom, I think. That's really it. Its defenses are pitiful. Just a very lackluster Mon. But it's an electric type. So it only has one weakness to worry about. It's fast, it'll outspeed everything. And electric is a very good offensive type. So, Voltorb isn't the worst team addition you could possibly have. But, I'm sure there's a lot of other Pokemon you could slot in. Nice and easy. Caught Voltorb. Number 100 in the Dex. I really like Voltorb, actually. I'm going to live nickname this. Because in a lot of other fantasy games, you have the idea of a trapped chest. So in Pokemon, you have Pokeballs that are on the ground, and as we see in the power plant, Voltorb acts as a fake Pokeball to pick up. In other fantasy games, this would be a mimic or a trapped chest that tries to attack you or eat you or whatever have you. Voltorb is the exact same idea, where it's a fake item ball that explodes and kills you. So, it's the Pokemon version of a mimic, and I'm sure a lot of people don't really recognize that. But it's really cool. I like that detail, and it makes Voltorb and Electrode a lot cooler in my eyes. Oh, God. Now, as I realized, I forgot to teach somebody Flash. So, welcome to the Team Mimic. And here you are to use Flash, and that's probably about all you'll ever be used for. I really should have checked if we could have bought repels, but we have 2 potential encounters here. Let's see if we can get it. Nope, we already have that one. So unfortunately, we did not get one of the new encounters, which I guess isn't all that bad. We got Geodude. Geodude's a pretty good pickup. Oh, come on. CERN is awful with these any accurate moves. But regardless, we can talk about the 2 new encounters. So, we'll start off with the good one, Machop. Machop is a very, very strong physical attacking and defending Pokemon. Really good attack, really decent defense. It's a little slow, and it doesn't like special moves. But it's a fighting type, like what would you expect? If you didn't get Mankey, or if you don't like Mankey and you just want something cool, Machamp is really good if you have the ability to trade. You can't go wrong with Machamp. It doesn't get No Guard until Gen 4, though. I'm nearly positive on that. So it gets Guts. Guts is a good ability. So you really can't go wrong with Machamp. It's just a little slow. The second new encounter is quite possibly the worst Pokemon in the game, that being Onix. Onix, despite being a giant fucking rock snake, is hot dog shit. It has a lower attack stat than Sunkern, and all it has going for it is really, really high defense and okay speed. It doesn't do anything. If you get Onix at a 5% encounter rate, I'm so sorry that you're that unlucky. But do not use it. Let me nickname Geodude. After the Rock Johnson himself, we have Dwayne. I picked up an item ball over there. It was a repel, thankfully. So yeah, if anybody knows truly how bad Onix is, I used an image from a different YouTuber. His name is Imported Cheese. Does a lot of Pokemon content and Fire Emblem. I love his content for Pokemon. So cool, so funny. He really opened my eyes to how truly dog shit Onix is. And there's this like sad Cheems edit where you put the sad Cheems face over Onix and made one of the greatest images I've ever seen. And I used that in the Brock thumbnail because it sucks. Onix is just so bad. It's like comically bad, and you cannot even evolve it in this game until post-game. And Steelix is actually really good. Steelix is a really good physical Pokemon. It has a good attacking stat. Crazy, you'd think a giant fucking rock serpent would have a good attack stat. It took till Gen 2 and an additional steel type for Onix to realize that, apparently. It loses a bit of speed, but it gets even higher defenses and can actually hit things. So, I'd say it's a good trade-off, because Onix fucking sucks. Something that I found kind of weird is that in Let's Go, you can find both Cubone and Kangaskhan in this area, which is really interesting. And I think that's a perfect place, and I was honestly like shocked to learn that you cannot find them in this area in this game. And I started thinking about my future Let's Go playthrough and how I'm kind of not excited for that. Like, at least at the current moment, because I'm playing through Firered. I couldn't imagine Let's Go Eevee, which would be the game I play, to be that fun for me to play through. So I'm probably gonna try and push Let's Go Eevee really far. I'm probably gonna do Sword and Shield next for Pokemon. And then once it gets to another modern turn, it'll probably be Legends Arceus, and then maybe I'll be in the mood for Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which are great games, by the way. I wouldn't say they're underrated. I think they're fairly rated for what they are. They're just a bare bones Kanto experience, and it's not bad though, because honestly a lot of fun, especially with like the ride Pokemon mechanics and all that. But I'm just, at the moment, not very excited to play it, so hopefully that changes. And as fun as the modern games are, leveling up Pokemon is going to be so much more frustrating than, you know, rare candying it. Every Gen 8 plus game, I'm unfortunately going to have to level up Pokemon the old-fashioned way. But for Gen 7 and below, we've got cheats and rare candies to give us, or action replay to give us rare candies to make the games bearable. Now, I had another idea, because I'm sure if any of you have paid attention to my channel, my Pokemon thumbnails have had a very formulaic layout to them, where the right side shows the game and the challenge and the episode number and the blah blah blah, and then the left side of the screen usually has some kind of like funny meme image or like the stuffed animal plushies of the Pokemon featured in the video. And I had the idea of what if I drew them, or like some kind of fan art of the Pokemon featured instead of using the sitting cuties. Is that something you guys would want to see? Unfortunately, that would severely cut down on my available time and force these videos to be delayed by however long it takes me to create the pieces to use as thumbnails. It probably wouldn't be like a full thing, like full background, full shading, full that. It'd probably just be like, here's an Onix. Dude, CERN, can you please hit an attack? I know it's an Onix, but now you're -2 defense, and this is kind of cringe. Can we please? Thank you. As I was saying, would you guys want to see that? Would you guys want to see more of my Pokemon fan art incorporated into my Pokemon videos? Like how I mentioned in a previous video, the episode that we got Xiaoji, I said that if we got 5 likes, okay, 5 simple likes, that I would draw fan art of Meowth as Xiaoji. Would you guys want to see more stuff like that, where I draw Pokemon as like meme stuff? Like if it fits? Let me know, because I'm always down if somebody tells me like, hey, you should draw this. Like, okay, yeah, but if it's cool and I like it, might as well, and I'll throw it in the video. Gets more comments flowing, good for the algorithm. Gets more community engagement. That's the whole goal here. I have an idea for the next episode, and I feel like it'd be a really long-winded comment of the day. I don't want to spoil it, because it would give me a lot of talking points for the next episode to feature it in. And it could be a whole dumpster fire of comments on that video if people actually engaged with it. But we'll just have to see. Yeah, unfortunately, our repel ran out. And this is not cool. I think... Oh, I walked past that one. I think another really... I can walk past those? As I was saying, I think another really cool idea that I can incorporate with those Pokemon fan arts would be recording myself drawing them. Either recording myself making them and talking through it, or probably a time-lapse that I just do post-commentary over. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But I'm only going to do it if I get the fan reception to do it. Because recently, I'm not even going to lie, drawing things in general has just been not on the mind. It's been not on the menu. I haven't really drawn anything in a while, like digitally or physically. It's just been kind of tough keeping up with life, and then some things just kind of have to go to the wayside, and I guess for me, drawing has been that. It's as fun and relaxing as it can be. It often feels more like a chore depending on, let's go, Insomnia Proct! It often feels more like a chore sometimes if I'm not having fun with it, or if I'm not getting paid for it, you know what I mean? If I'm getting paid for it, holy, I'll do whatever. Pause. But like, Just recently, I just haven't had the motivation, and because I love being creative. Being creative is like one of my favorite things to do. And I guess my current creative outlet is making these videos, making this Pokemon series. And the only piece of art that I can genuinely say that I love making and can probably do whenever and whatever because of just how much fun I have doing it is the custom video game covers. Those, I have zero motivational issues with. It is so much fun to make those. It's just a pure meme fest. So, like I said in the third video, if you guys would want to see that at all, please leave a comment. Please put something in the comments of the video. Let me know that you want to see Matt make art. Because if you want to see Matt make some stupid shit-ass art, I'm talking like the video game covers in terms of shit-ass. I'm not calling myself shit-ass. I think that'd be a lot of fun, and I think you guys would really like to see that. We made it to Lavender Town. The spooky, scary, creepypasta town. Ooh. And I believe, yes, we can finally buy Great Balls. I'm gonna buy 10 of them. I'm gonna buy another antidote or 2. I think that should be... Actually, let's buy 4 super potions, because why not? We're gonna talk about the encounter to our west over here. On Route 8. Not encounter anybody. Damn. What's a cute, round, and fluffy Pokemon? Venonat. Boom. Easy. Lass Julia. That name is really funny to me. I had a co-worker named Julia, and she was like the biggest Persona and Fire Emblem nerd I've ever met. The only person I've ever met that was like naturally into Persona. But of course she fucking sucked at her job, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, deadass, she sucked at her job. She was just way too slow compared to everybody else working. Kind of quiet in customer service aspect, and just not like up to snuff of what needed to be done. And eventually she got fired, or like she got shadow banned almost. Oh, I think, okay, she left like a shitty close one night because she's a closer, and my manager called her out for it and then gave her a chance to like redeem herself or like explain herself or like come back, and she never took that opportunity. So my manager was like, well, all right, well, guess you're just not getting scheduled, and she like shadow banned her and like didn't schedule her, which was really funny because like she just sucked at her job. So it's like, I don't care if you leave. Yeah, that was a mini co-worker story. Most of them are pretty chill. Shout out to my Suabway co-workers out there. Shaden, you're probably watching this. You're probably the only one watching this. In this patch of grass, I think we have 2 potential encounters, but one new one. There's 2 new ones actually, but one new one for us. So for Leaf Green enjoyers, you guys get access to Vulpix. The Vulpix is a Firestone Evo, meaning you have to be sure of what level you... This isn't awful, I guess we can get Ekans. You get to choose what level to evolve it at, and you get a Firestone like right here in Celadon, I think is what it's called. And it's just right there. It's available. Boom. Nice and easy. Vulpix is not bad. It's fairly slow and fairly weak. I think Go-Goat has a higher special attack stat than Vulpix, or Ninetales, which is really weird. So if you're playing Leaf Green, you're not worse for wear, in all honesty. Firered enjoyers, though. Firered enjoyers get the classic Growlithe. Quite possibly one of my favorite Pokemon. I can't believe I forgot to mention Arcanine and my favorite Kanto Mons. It's a bit of a normie pick. I love Arcanine. Arcanine's sick as hell. It's a Stone Evo, so you gotta wait till like 40-something to evolve it, which is very, very unfortunate. However, it's fast, it's strong, has decent defenses, could have Intimidate, and learns a lot of moves. So, let's name Ekans, I guess. We're gonna name her Shake. I was thinking of the the Skylander Rattleshake. And even though she is a female Ekans, thankfully she has Intimidate. That bumps her viability up immensely. So I think this is where we will end it off. I'll see how far I can get without getting in a trainer fight. This is where we're going to have to end it off for today. So thank you guys very much for watching. I seriously appreciate everybody who watches and comments. If you comment, son of a bitch. Like I was saying, do not comment son of a bitch, however. Does she trade? No. Leave a comment. Any comment. Answer the question of the day. You know you want to. Come on. You want to so bad. Ooh. That'll be all for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for new episodes coming out soon. Peace out.